So hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now this video is going to be a recap of EW's latest livestream in which we just got our very first look at the high caliber weapon pack. We actually got to take a look at the different guns in game as shown off by Jaxiebeard, and there was some really interesting stuff to learn from this stream. So to start off with, let's talk about the guns themselves. So we actually learned that the 300 mag tactical is going to have a 5-round magazine, which means that this gun is going to be the new king of grinding. This gun is going to be absolutely amazing for doing various grinds. I literally cannot wait for this gun. It is my absolute favourite of the pack, and now finding out that it has 5 rounds, yeah, I need this gun for all of my grinds. It is going to be so fantastic. It's definitely going to replace the 300 bolt action. For me, that gun is going to be going into retirement. As long as it performs, ballistically just as good, which there's no reason that it shouldn't, then that is going to be my new favourite gun in the entire game. It looks fantastic, it sounds fantastic, the iron sights are great, it's got really low recoil, very good accuracy, everything about this gun looks fantastic. The Strandberg 10 Semi-Auto Executive. Now, this shotgun looks really good, it seems to be really powerful. Jaxie took a few shots with the slugs going out to 150 meters with the iron sights, and it looked really accurate, so very promising there. And it just looks like a really good gun. It's going to hold 4 rounds, so that again is really nice, and overall just looks to be a really fantastic gun. Seems to be pretty much what we all expected. And then finally, moving on to the 4570 Schoenberg Superior. Now this is the single shot 4570 handgun that is coming with this pack, and it's a beautiful gun. We got to take a really good look at it on stream, and the design of this gun is absolutely beautiful. I like all 3 of the guns looks wise, but the Schoenberg Superior is just really pretty. It's got some nice engravings on the metal, and I just really love the shape of the gun. It's very different. However, when Jaxie actually took the guns out to go and have a bit of a test with them on a couple of different maps, the 300 Tactical performed absolutely as expected, was really impressive, and it just is an absolute powerhouse. We didn't get to take a look at the shotgun's performance, but the 4570 for me was a little bit disappointing. Jaxie took a couple of shots at charging Cape Buffalo with it, and even at very close range with the hollow points, the gun just didn't even penetrate, which is to me really disappointing, as Jaxie did say that the ballistics for the 4570 have been updated. Now, seeing as this is a class 4 to 9 caliber in the Hunter Call of the Wild, I would expect it to at the very least penetrate and start taking down a Cape Buffalo with 2 shots at that very close range. And I was really confused as to the reaction that happened on stream when I mentioned this, but it's a class 4 to 9 gun. It should at the very least penetrate, and yeah, okay, it might take the animal down slowly, but it should still take it down, otherwise it shouldn't be a class 4 to 9 gun. And like I said, at very close range, if it was long range, maybe I could see it not performing as well, but at that range, I really would have expected it to perform better, so I'm a little bit disappointed by that, in all honesty. I was really hoping that with this update, the 4570 would become a better caliber in-game, because it's always been really underpowered, but if Beard was playing on the build where they have already implemented the ballistics changes, it doesn't seem to have made really any difference, which is really disappointing. Like I said, I'm not expecting it to necessarily take down a Cape Buffalo as quick as the 300 would, but it's a powerful round, it's a class 4 to 9, it should be at least penetrating into the lung of a buffalo, not just stopping in the skin. So, a little bit disappointed by that. Now, I also found out after the last video that I made that there is some other changes coming with this update, and these were also talked about on the stream. So, something really interesting. Some animal species are having their class changed, so the weapons that you can use on that species will be different. Jaxiebeard gave us an example on stream of mule deer. Mule deer are currently class 6 in the game, and they're going to be moved down to class 5. So things are going to be changing with what weapons you're going to be using on certain species. Now, Beard didn't give us a full list or breakdown of all of the changes that are going to be happening to different species, but we can confirm that mule deer are going from class 6 to class 5. Really going to be interesting to see what other animals get class changes. It's something we don't see very often. In fact, the only time I can really think of an animal having its class change is with raccoons on Mississippi. They went from class 1 to class 2. So I wonder what other changes we'll see. It says that it's to sort of bring things more in line and give us all a better experience. So I wonder which animals will maybe moved up in class. I'm hoping red deer might get moved to class 7. That would be really cool. It will just be really interesting to see which animals end up in which classes now. There is also going to be the addition of speed loaders for revolvers. Now, we haven't seen this, but from what Jaxie said, it's like just an animation thing. And I'm really looking forward to actually seeing what that looks like, because to me that sounds super interesting and it could really change sort of the hunting with revolvers. It will be also very interesting, as Flinter actually mentioned during the live stream, to see if the fast hands perk affects the speed loaders in any way. So again, really curious to see how those are actually implemented and what kind of effect they're actually going to have. There is also going to be added customization for rangefinders and binoculars, so we will now be able to customize our rangefinders and binoculars in the same way we can customize tents, ground blinds and our weapons. So that's really cool, another just added bit of customization. I'm always for more customization. I think the more customization the better, give you a more tailored experience and make things feel sort of more tailored to you and more how you like things. So I think that while this may not be a game-changing addition, I think that this is actually just a really nice little touch and something that I'm actually looking forward to. Something that we also saw on stream is that there seems to be remodels for some of the pistols and handguns. Jaxiebeard took a look at the 357 and it looks totally different. It's had a complete remodel, and I will make sure to put it on screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about, but it looks completely different to what it used to look like. So I'm really curious which other handguns are actually gonna have had a remodel and a new look to them, because it does seem like it's probably not just the 357 from what Jaxie was saying. So really curious to see what other changes there might be to other guns there. And finally, there are 5 cosmetics coming with this weapon pack. There are 5 brand new cosmetics coming with the high caliber pack, which releases on March 12th, and included with these new cosmetics is a carbon black metal material. Now, to me, that's really exciting, and I think that's something that's going to look really good, potentially on things like the brand new 300 Mag Tactical. So I'm very keen to actually get my hands on that and try customizing some different guns and see what that looks like, because I know there's a lot of people like me that do like very like basic looking guns where you have just like a solid black gun, or you know, a black and white gun, stuff like that. So it'll be really interesting to actually see what that looks like in game. From the little preview that we've had, it looks to almost have a bluish colour to it, so it will again be really interesting to see what that actually looks like in game, because it could just be that the preview image maybe looks a little bit different to how it actually looks when you're running around with it in game. So some really interesting things we actually learned from that stream, and also from the blog post that I actually missed out on from making the previous video. They did actually post a blog post about this update, which I will link in the description of this video, along with a link to the live stream so that you can go and watch that. But overall, from what we saw of the guns on the stream, they all look to be pretty much what we'd expect. Like I said, the 4570 to me, I'm really let down by its actual performance on animals. At the range, it seemed to be, exactly what you'd expect, really accurate, seems really powerful. But on actual live game, on class 9 animals, it does seem to be still underpowered, which is a shame. The shotgun still seems to be great. Like I said, we didn't see it on any live animals, but It sounds super powerful, so I can only hope it's actually going to be super powerful on things like geese, and you know, using the slugs, that can be really fun, I think, especially seeing as you can be really accurate out to 150 meters as being demonstrated, even with the iron sights, so that's going to be really cool. And then just the absolute star of the show is the 300 mag tactical. This gun is the absolute star of this weapon pack. For me, this makes the entire weapon pack worth it, and it will be a weapon pack that I recommend for people to buy, especially if they want to grind animals. For me, this will be the new king of just big game rifles in general in this game, because it will allow you to take faster follow-up shots if needed on just a single target. But if you're going to be grinding any species, this gun is going to be just so incredibly useful. It is just going to be the new king, as like I said, as long as it comes out and it performs exactly like it did on stream today, it's going to be just an absolute powerhouse and a real beast of a weapon. But that is going to be it for this little recap. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I tried to get as much information into this video as possible without making it too long, and just trying to like recap the really important bits from the stream. But like I said, the full stream will be linked in the description if you wish to go and watch it. Please let me know down in the comments what you think about these different weapons. Especially, I want to hear more opinions on the 4570 and its performance. Because, like I said, I was really surprised by what happened on that stream with it. And I'd like to hear more people's opinions. I had a bit of a discussion with some people in Discord before I made this video, and you know, to me it seemed like I wasn't the only one thinking that it should have been bringing down that Cape Buffalo, you know, and at least it should have penetrated and started to bring it down, but even 2 shots didn't do that. So I'd really like to hear what you guys think of that. Obviously, I want to know what you guys think of the 300 mag tactical, and what you think of the shotgun, and which weapon you are most excited about from this pack. But that is going to be it for this video, so thank you so much for watching and for all your support as always, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.